Hey guys, welcome back. It is Jaden at Mazda. Today I've got another special vehicle for you guys. We're going to be checking out the 2022 CX-9 Carbon Edition here, and we'll go over some of the features. So let's check it out. All right guys, what better place to start than the front, and let's go over this design here. Starting up top, we're gonna see the headlights here. We're gonna have our LED daytime running lights. You see it's got a nice little halo ring that goes around the main LED bulb here that flows nicely into the grille surround, which is gonna be chrome. I wish they could have done this in like a gloss black, like on the CX-5 Carbon, but no worries, not a big deal. Right, going into the main grille here, we're gonna go ahead and check out the design. We've got the 5 lines that go across horizontally and 6 lines that are on the signature style grille, except for this is going to be that gloss black color. Right in the middle, we're going to see we have our Mazda emblem for radar cruise control and smart city braking. Right, going a little bit further south, we'll go ahead and check out the chrome surround that goes underneath the whole width of the front bumper here. And then yes, you can see it right, these are fog lights here on this 2022 CX-9, because I know the CX-5 doesn't have it on the new model, but since this isn't an upgrade, we're gonna keep those same fog lights at the bottom, right? Keeping that theme on the lower half of the bumper here, we're gonna check out 1, 2, 3, 4 parking sensors here, and then a nice real air vent right there at the bottom to keep that 2.5 liter turbocharged 4 nice and cool. All right then, and moving on to the side profile of the 2022 CX-9, gonna go over some nice features here. Once again, we'll go ahead and start top to bottom, right? So if we look towards the top, we're gonna see the nice roof railing in that nice alloy, kind of brushed aluminum finish here, and that's gonna match, that goes along the window trim on this car, right? Gonna get that chrome that goes all the way around. And some nice contrast to break it up, we are gonna get these nice gloss black A, B, and C pillars to kind of make it appear almost as if the windows are floating, which looks really good in my opinion. Right, coming a little bit down, we are going to see the mirror caps here are going to be gloss black with our LED turn signals right there integrated. All right guys, and then keeping that side view going, we're going to go down a little bit farther, going to check out some more things here. We see on the bottom, we're going to get this nice chrome trim that goes along that black plastic. It's a nice accent piece to go ahead and break up the polymetal gray from the black, right? Going along, we are going to see still the black plastic wheel arches, but in this case I'm not too upset just because it's not overly obnoxious like something which we would see on a CX-30, right? Going a little bit farther, let's check out these wheels here. We're going to see nice 20-inch black alloy wheels. These are going to be wrapped in our nice Bridgestone Ecopias, right? These are actually a little bit bigger of a standard tire. These are rocking a 255 on the width. Okay, we're going to see a 50 series sidewall because this is a little bit of a bigger tire, right? And then we're going to see a 20-inch wheel, as we already talked about right before. All right, and continuing our look at the wheel, we're going to see this nice 5-spoke twin design, kind of similar to what we see on the Mazda 3 hatch and other Mazda vehicles, but I like it with this. I do think Mazda has a way with wheels. They're pretty classy, but not too over the top, right? All right, and then if we're moving on from the wheels here to the overall silhouette of the vehicle, we know Mazda loves the coupe-like design on their SUVs. We got that sloping roofline, which looks absolutely excellent, going along paired with a nice long hood, kind of a GT style hood, if you will. It looks really good on this car. It is going to give it that little bit of a more upscale look compared to some of the competitors like the Honda Pilot or the Chevy Traverse, right? And if we go ahead and graduate to the back side, we're going to go ahead and what it looks like from the back view. All right, guys, here we are in the back of the 2022 CX-9 Carbon Edition. Going to check out the back styling. Once again, we're going to go top to bottom here. We're going to start at the top with a nice Sirius XM shark fin. Sits neatly up there. Okay, got our third brake light up there as well. If we're going to look at some other features here, going a bit further south, we are going to see on the middle of the glass here, the rear windshield wiper. I don't really like how it's positioned. I wish it was kind of tucked up a little bit more underneath this third brake light, but that's no big deal. Okay, moving a little bit further south, we're gonna see our chrome accent piece that goes along the length of the whole tail light. I wish it was maybe like gloss black or maybe even a matte black. That would have been cool, but you know what? I do like it that it's there. It's breaking up some of the body lines, which looks pretty cool, right? Flowing into the headlights here, we're gonna see once again LED ring going on in the back with our turn signal in the middle there. Looks pretty classy. And then our LED strips on the top, on the right side of the body, and then on the trunk itself. All right, and then moving a bit further down, we're gonna go ahead and check out the badging. We're gonna see it's a CX-9 here on our left side, and of course, being a 2022 model, they come standard with that all-wheel drive. Okay, got our Mazda emblem front and center because gotta rep the brand, right? And at the bottom right, we got Skyactiv G, which is gonna be our powertrain. I'm actually gonna go a little bit more in depth on that when we hit the under the hood view, but for now, let's keep it moving. And then finishing up with the bottom of the bumper, we're gonna see our nice black plastic trim, which actually looks like it's integrated pretty nicely here with our red deflectors on either side, which looks pretty good. And then our chrome accent piece that goes along the length of the rear bumper. And of course, we keep it real here at Mazda, 2-inch tips on both sides. Now all that's left is to check out underneath the hood. All right guys, here we are underneath the hood of the Mazda CX-9. I'm gonna go ahead and go over what exactly our Skyactiv powertrain means, right? So Skyactiv is something we'll see branded along the whole car. It is basically their engine technology, right? We're gonna see how they use an aluminum block here and aluminum components on the internals for lightweight, because this car's, and not even just this car, but Mazda in general, the whole philosophy is being as light as possible to contribute to that overall Mazda driving experience. Okay, so we're gonna see, although this is a turbo, just says Skyactiv G because in the CX-9, all of the models are actually gonna come standard with that 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. As far as things like fuel economy, on this specific one, all-wheel drive, we're gonna be averaging about 24 miles per gallon combined, and you're gonna around 28 on the highway and around 22 in the city. All right guys, so here we are once again in the back of the 2022 CX-9 Carbon. We're gonna go ahead and open it up and take a look at that trunk space. Now, this being a Carbon Edition, we're gonna have power lift gate, hence the not need to go ahead and open it up with our hands. We're gonna see it actually has some pretty decent sized trunk space with this third row up. Now, when you do put the third row down, you're actually gonna get a little bit more trunk space compared to the CX-5, but when it is up, this is actually a 6-passenger, but you can get a bench seat and get the 7-passenger. You're gonna have a little bit less trunk space, right? We're gonna go over some extra stuff here. If we open this up, we're gonna see we have a nice storage component here. Oh, not really. Didn't want us to have one, but we do have a nice storage component here. Gonna be about 2 inches deep, right? And you can fit a good amount of stuff in there, probably about 2-3 inches to be honest, but a good amount of stuff in there. Extra goodies on whatever you want to do. And of course, we're gonna have nice little pockets right here. Now, that's pretty deep. Gonna be about 5-6 inches of space. You can put some things in there. Probably I'd say about 3-4 Gatorades or something like that. You're gonna have that on both sides as well. And if we're gonna go ahead and put this third row down, all it takes is one pull of the latch. One drop actually just drops the headset, or sorry, the headrest, and then another drop puts the seat down. We're gonna go ahead and see with that third row down how much more trunk space we get to load up all the outdoor activities and still have room for friends, as you can see. Alright guys, so we have seen all there is to see on the exterior of this 2022 CX-9 Carbon Edition in polymetal gray. All that's left is to hop inside and check it out. Oh, by the way, this is going to have, once again, keyless entry. It is going to be our button style. Press it once, gonna tell those power folding mirrors to fold in, and then once more, it's going to go ahead and unlock the car. Let's hop in. All right, and then moving on down to the door panel here, we're gonna check it out. We have nice black leather here. It is actually a pretty soft armrest here. I know a lot of the cars just more plastic, but like I said, with the Mazda, using nicer materials. But we have the red stitch that goes along the door handle and a nice chrome piece right here. Looks pretty cool. Right above you have the aluminum door handle. And then of course, we're gonna have this almost a machine gray finish that goes from the door handle all the way into the door vent. I like the way they've integrated that. Looks pretty cool. Right here up on this left side, we're gonna see it does have our trunk popper. This is for lane keep assist, our off-road traction assist, and then our parking sensors. Okay, moving on down, we're gonna see our mirror controls. We have left and right, and we do have power folding mirrors. So if you wanna fold that in, hey guys, that's what that does. And then keeping the theme alive with the window switches, we have nice aluminum tips right there that just give it just that premium feel that you were missing out on some cars, right? Towards the bottom, not people are gonna notice this, but we do have our fuel door cap and our hood release right there down under. You're not gonna be able to see it when you're driving, but it's nice to know where it's at. And then moving on to our main display, the same screen that we're actually gonna have in the 2022 CX-5, whether it's, you know, the base trim or the highest trim, the 10.25-inch display here. It is going to be redesigned for 2021 is model years is when they came out with this one, so it is relatively new, easy to use. 5 basic settings that everybody's going to use all the time. Going to be music, home, navigation, and then back, right? Connectivity, obviously you have wireless Bluetooth with these cars, but you're also going to get Apple CarPlay / Android Auto. Going on a little bit further, we're going to check out some more features down here. Going to get that heated steering wheel, cooled seats actually in this, which you don't get in a lower trim Mazda 3. Even the Mazda 3 Premium Plus, you don't get that, which is really cool. Heated seats above. We're obviously going to have our AC controls right there. And then right here below, we do have our Qi wireless charging pad to drop our phones when we want to use that. And in the US market, all CX-9s are going to come equipped with a 6-speed auto. I know they actually have the option to get a manual, which is really cool, but we don't get that here stateside. In this, we are going to get the paddle shifting options, which are really cool. I like, easy to use. Okay, you are going to get the same sport mode, but we're not going to get the multiple modes, the MI drive, which we see on some of the 22 CX-5s, right? And then of course we have our nice design here, gloss black that goes along the center console with nice chrome trim, as we can see, that goes around the whole length. All right, and down here we have our command knob. Once again, human-centric design, just kind of sits exactly where your hand would rest, and our nice little volume knob, that's going to be down here, okay? And the star of our show, our red leather seats. I'll go ahead and put a picture or some pictures of the interior so you guys can see what that looks like. But these are absolutely fantastic to sit in and even better to look at, right? And then we'll go ahead and transition to some more interior design features. We're going to have, once again, that machine gray that we've seen on the doors, on the main dash trim here. And then inside that, we're going to get the nice aluminum chrome look here, even on the vents, the bezels right there, which is really nice attention to detail. Right, moving further down, we see that flows, and we do have the same style vent that we're going to get on the driver's side. And we have our nice little aluminum trim glove box, which drop down. Here's your owner manual and cool stuff like that. All right, and then if we focus our attention up, we're going to go ahead and check out frameless rear view mirror here with the auto dimming. This does come with HomeLink. We do have our 1, 2, and 3 for all of our garages, and fence for the multiple houses and Ferraris that we all own. And then going up a little bit further, we do actually have LED lights here, which is really cool. These are almost white. I like the new design in these newer cars, right? And then we'll go ahead and pop the moonroof open when I'm in the back seat. Speaking of back seat, let's check out the amenities. All right, so fast forward, here we are in the back seat of the CX-9, which is by far Mazda's most roomiest SUV. You do have multiple settings, so if I do want to slide forward and put my knees in their back, I can. But of course, we can slide that back. And we do have plenty of leg room, and I'm a tall guy. Headroom is great in here, right? Moving on down, we're gonna see we are gonna have our own AC controls here, heated seats on both sides, and our own temperature control. So this is actually not only a dual zone, but a tri-zone climate control. In the bottom, we're gonna have our nice cup holders, and then underneath, can't see them, but we do have our nice little USBs to charge our devices and whatnot. All right, and then moving over to the door here, we're gonna see some door trim. We can see it follows the driver and goes all the way back to the rear passenger. And then of course, this actually does have the, what is some people call it, the peasant blockers, right? Just kidding, the sunscreen's in the back so you can shield your kids and people and your occupants in the second and third row from the sunlight, right? Gonna go a little bit farther down, we're gonna see this does have the Bose sound system, which we love in these Mazda cars. 12 speaker sound system sounds really good, right? Gonna get our nice moonroof view. It isn't panoramic, but you know what? At least you have one. You gotta be grateful. All right, and then checking out the third row, we're gonna see the space in this thing. Not the best, right? Definitely not for 6-foot guys like myself, but you know what? At least they give you some things back here. On both sides, we're gonna see 2.5 amp USBs back here, USB-A ports, and then our little speakers, because we have the Bose 12 speaker on either side, right? Headroom back here, absolutely atrocious, but once again, I'm not gonna be sitting back here. But for your kids, this is gonna be more than fine. Well, we've done all the inside and the outside. All that's left is to go ahead and go on a drive. All right, guys, here we are inside of the 2022 CX-9, right? So we're actually gonna be in a touring trim right now because I did run out of time on the Carbon, but you know what, doesn't matter. The ride is the same, and that's what I'm here to show you guys. The ride quality, how does it handle, how does it accelerate, all the important features, right? So as we come to a stop here, I'm gonna go ahead and test out auto hold. Basically, all the hold is, you see this little button right here, you click that in, you can see I'm not touching the brakes. This allows us to stay stopped while we're in drive, and then we're gonna go ahead and put our foot on the gas here. It's gonna go ahead and release the brakes and allow us to keep moving. Auto hold can be convenient. depending on what you're doing. Let's say you're at a stoplight, or you're at the drive-through, or you're in the gas lane for Costco, whatever the case may be. It does allow to take some strain off the driver's leg, which is, I think, is really cool. All right, guys, and off the bat, one thing I love about the CX-9, not only is it as smooth as butter, whether it's around a corner or driving in a straight line, is it's quiet in here, right? I don't even have to raise my loud voice so you guys can hear me. Not really fighting any unnecessary road noise. This cabin is just quiet. Mazda does put a lot of emphasis in the insulation and trying to make this as much of a premium experience as possible, right? So as we go around these corners here, we could tell, like I talked about earlier with the Skyactiv powertrain, it's about being lightweight, right? So handling on this car, even though it's a 3-row SUV, it definitely does not feel big at all. It takes these corners pretty easily. I think that's something that Mazda implements in all their vehicles, because it's all about jleggette, right? Horse and rider as one, the overall driving experience. Definitely going to be one of my favorite big SUVs to drive in the market. If you're looking at something like this, or let's say like a Grand Cherokee L, definitely going to be top options here because of the features. Now, one thing I do like is the Bose surround system. In this, the bass and the sound of it is super clear throughout the whole volume, the volume range, right? So whether at 0 volume or 100 volume, you're gonna get the maximum efficiency, not gonna sound distorted at all. Maybe it's biased, but I do think it sounds really, really good. So we have a nice straightaway here to go ahead and test out the acceleration and give it the beans. We're gonna see how fast can this family hauler get up to 60 with this 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, pushing out 250 horsepower, 320 pound-feet of torque on premium gas. So without further ado, let's see how it does. Revving it up here, get a little bit of brake boosting in. Got all-wheel drive, gets it up to speed quick, right? No wheel slip. And here we are at 60, right? And it's pretty smooth while you're in it. Like I said, same thing with the Mazda 3. The 0 to 60, it just gets you there in maximum comfort, right? We're not really concerned about the bumps in the road. Even though this road isn't that good, we're really not even feeling that at all as we go through a bump over there. It just handles that beautifully, right? So tradition, right after the 0 to 60, we're gonna go ahead and give it a brake test and see how fast it can slow down this 3-row SUV in 3, 2, 1. There you go. It is a little bit slower compared to some other Mazda vehicles, but you know what? It does get the vehicle stopped, and that's what's important. All right, guys, fast forward, and here we are gonna merge onto the highway. Got it in sport mode so we can see how quickly we can get up to speed in this big family SUV, right? So we all, well, not all of you know, but most of us know that California has the worst highways known to man. They're absolutely garbage, but really going to test out how well does this CX-9 cut and block out some of the road noise and tire noise that most cars will. I'm going to go ahead and check out this car does. Like I said, blind spot monitor, you can see it's right there. I put my blinker on. It's going to go ahead and sound off and let me know. All right, and another thing we're going to check out is the lane keep assist, and that's going to go ahead and correct our path and put us back in our lane here. Now, obviously, we're not going to intentionally do this while we're driving, but just to show you guys what that's like, I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. I'm going to put it over a little bit in the left lane, and it's going to go ahead and correct our path and put us back in the right lane. Some other cool features you'll see is while you're driving, we do have the vehicle detection up there. It's just going to let us know that there is another vehicle right in front of us. And what's cool is your own vehicle model is actually a CX-9, not just a generic stock car. Nice little attention to detail. All right, guys, so that was my overall driving impressions of the 2022 CX-9. Now, what I'm gonna have to say is, yes, this is a great riding car. The ride quality is excellent. Okay, handling car up there as well. Quality, that is what Mazda does best, okay? Now, I know this is lacking in some departments, such as fuel economy, only averaging about 24 miles per gallon, and overall power, most competitors are using a V6 or even a V8 in this segment, while Mazda is still on a 2.5 turbo. But to be honest, this gets the job done sufficiently. We are just going to have to wait on the inline 6 in the rumored CX-90 and CX-70 to see what the next phase of Mazda is really about. But if you guys enjoyed this overall review, leave a like, comment, feel free to subscribe, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Check you on the next one.